Today, the Department of Veterans Affairs released their annual report for National Veteran Suicide Prevention. Now, the report shows that the number of veteran suicides across the country is once again on the rise. Local 5's Megan McPherson looked into the mental health resources available to Iowa's veterans and how new legislation could help them get quicker and better care.
Stephanie, the new data from the VA looks at veteran suicide rates in 2021, which is the latest year that data is available. Here in Iowa, the total number of veteran suicides decreased by 1 between 2020 and 2021, but the state's veteran suicide rate remains higher than the national average. In 2021, self-inflicted deaths among veterans rose by nearly 2%, coinciding with an increase in suicide deaths across the U.S. Iowa Representative Zach Nunn has been working with other members of Congress since last May to bring forward legislation that will provide veterans with more mental health resources. It also aims to strengthen the Solid Start program, which is run by the VA and helps service members transition to civilian life when they return home. Today, I spoke to the VA's suicide prevention team here in Iowa about the 988 Suicide and Crisis Hotline. 988 has a dedicated crisis line for veterans, which can lead people who need help in the right direction.
And that person's going to care about whatever it is that's going on with them, and they're going to problem solve with them and safety plan and do all of those things. But then they also will offer them a consult to their nearest suicide prevention team, and we will follow up with them too.
Now, data also shows that the suicide rate triples for veterans in the first year following their return home from active duty. Representative Nunn's proposed legislation would reform the Transition Assistance Program, creating another pilot program with more counseling resources for those who have served.
Obviously, anytime that we see a veteran who's come back, not only just recognizing the service they've done to our country, but doing the check-ins. Most importantly, we have a lot of viable resources out there for veterans. Access to it continues to be a challenge.
Nunn's legislation passed through the House Veterans Affairs Subcommittee on Economic Opportunity yesterday. It will now be considered by the full House Veterans Affairs Committee before moving to the House floor.